Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know.
Do it for Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. Hey, do it for Deuce and Mo. When it comes to the Kings, it's my favorite show. Do it for Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. Hey, do it for Deuce and Mo. When it comes to the Kings, big hopes and dreams as we cover our kings. Never cover the kingdom, but we loving our kings. And we covered your prayers as we doing our thing. Big Deuce with the pod, Lil Mo on the screen. Solo or together, still do it for team. Never switch up for $1 or revenue stream. So we always got each other, balance out the beam. Deuce and Mo, and that's the end of the theme song. Do it for Deuce and Mo.
We are live.
Hey, do it for Deuce.
Happy Friday night.
That's my favorite show.
A late night. It's actually not that late, but it feels really, really late.
When you're stuck in traffic for 2 hours. Yeah.
We are back from San Francisco.
What up, Deuce?
Hey.
Hey, Morgan.
What's up with it?
I'm rooting for y'all.
How about those 12 and 34 Kings?
Let's go, Kings.
Appreciate you basketball sickos hanging out with us hours after the Kings lost in Cleveland tonight. 123 to 118.
Here we are.
Here we are. There's plenty to talk about tonight. Got to talk, obviously, about the game that was like sneaky competitive tonight. It's pretty.
I
don't
honestly
know.
had
Maybe
fun.
my expectations have changed so much where I'm like, yeah, it was a pretty entertaining game. It had its moments. It also had its bad moments.
Yeah, anytime there's a competitive game, like it's not about big picture. It's like I am watching basketball for 2 hours. I want to watch basketball. Like,
Yeah.
of course.
And we saw some basketball tonight.
I can't just say like no.
And some bad basketball.
Yes, I can't just say like no strings attached because like obviously yes, the strings are attached, but it just makes life a little easier.
All right, we're all settled in. Let's give some love to the basketball sickos tonight.
Give me a hell yeah.
If you have not done it yet, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. All it does is help our channel grow. Shout out to Adam, to Tyler. What's up, Jesse James and Max? Shy is in the building. So is Jay, or is it Jack? Jack Sack, my bad. What's up, Cameron? Appreciate you being here. Mitch. That's how tired I am right now. I read Deuce and Mo. I'm like, how's there another Deuce and Mo? And I realized it was my message I sent. What's up, Biggity Blake? Speedwagon, GDM. Who else is in the building? Digital Henry. Appreciate you guys. Mitch.
Give me a hell yeah.
Anything you want to say before we start the old pod, Mo?
Yeah. Does everyone like my hair? Look at it. Look how long it is. Deuce has a problem.
Do you want to do this here or on the podcast?
Let's go into the pod.
Do some Mo coming down in 3, 2. We're going to be talking about the game and trade rumors too. Keon Ellis, Sabonis. That time of year. 3, 2, 1. Hit my music.
Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know. Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. The podcast that you know.
Hey, welcome into the Deuce and Mo podcast. Recording this on a Friday night. Kings starting a long 6-game road trip in Cleveland against the Cavs team that may not be the same Cavs team we saw last year, but that was a Cavs squad that the Kings beat twice last year.
Wild.
What would be in store tonight with Domantas Sabonis back? Well, the Kings got off to a slow start. Had to dig out of it. Then they got down 10 in the fourth quarter, clawed back in it to take the lead with about 4 minutes to go, but could not make shots down the stretch. Donovan Mitchell made plays, and the Cavs secure the W 123 to 118 with the loss. Sacramento now 12 and 34 on the season. This podcast is always presented by our friends over at Sentivo Vineyards and Winery. I'm Juice Mason. That's Morgan Reagan. How you doing, Mo?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
God.
Does it? Do I? That sounds convincing.
It's always interesting. I'm almost to the point I'm going to stop asking, how are you? Because it always turns into, I'm good. No, I'm good. God.
No, it doesn't. When was the last time I did that?
Last pod.
No, I didn't. That's a lie. What would you rather have me say?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
You want me to say that every single podcast? You know what you would say? The same shit you're saying right now. You'd be like, oh, I'm not going to ask you anymore because you're saying the same thing.
We have so much to go over tonight. We'll talk about what went down between the Kings and the Cavs, what went wrong down the stretch, what was good. And there's been some more trade rumors involving Domantas Sabonis and Keon Ellis that we'll talk about. And the talk of the live chat right now is about Morgan's hair looking so nice.
Thank you. And long and luscious. Thank you. Deuce, so there's a whole thing to this. A whole thing.
Morgan has extensions in.
Well, so shout out Monarch Salon. And usually I just get some of my grays like dyed.
Okay.
And then like a trim, like boring gal over here. And I've had these clip-in, like really good extensions for 5 years now. Never used them. I don't know how to fucking use them. Like it's hard. I already YouTube how to do my makeup. And so I'm like, yo, can you shove these in my hair? And she's like, yeah, these are great. Like they don't damage your hair, all the things. And so I did, I got my hair done before the show and had her put them in. And then I was like, Deuce, do you notice anything different? He's like, you scoffed. You never once said like, oh, your hair looks good.
I just, extensions, it's weird.
So then he's like asking about extensions. I'm like, oh yeah, it's real hair, which really weirds him out.
Very weird. You don't know whose hair you have on your head.
I mean, it's hair. It's healthy, good hair because that has to be good hair to be a
that hair
part of this line.
Could be from my mom.
Let me tell you, it's not.
You don't know that.
No. I'm going to look at you in the eyes right now and say, I remember seeing her hair. It's not from your mom.
Creep.
Yeah. So anyway, I clipped them out. I'm going to clip them out tonight and probably not wear them again for another few months. But anyway, Deuce thought it was weird. I thought it was really cool having long hair again. So.
This is where we're at in the King season. Morgan talking about her extensions.
Clip-ins, but
Same thing.
Yeah.
Imagine if I just started wearing extensions on the podcast randomly and didn't say anything about it.
Should we try it?
No, I do not want to wear your extensions right now.
Just one.
See, and that's weird that you just kind of unclip it.
It's because they're not like permanent.
Your hair was fine the way it was.
I know it looks so good, but we got to do this. Okay. Oh, that feels so good. Okay.
And this is just a random. Oh God, it's gross.
There you go.
I mean, it doesn't look.
Wait.
I'm just gonna leave it for the pod and see. Okay, good idea.
See
if people later on go, what was Deuce doing? Anyway, just. I look so stupid.
Deuce even said on the post game show or like off air, he was like, what if I were to just take one of those extensions? I'm like, I'll do that right now if you want to. This turned out better.
I gotta be honest, I kind of like it. I take back everything I said about it. Huh? Dang.
Oh my God, people are raving about it too.
What's up? All right, let's talk about this game.
So
Kings lose 123 to 118. Is it hard to talk about this when I have this hair on, or does it look pretty good?
It's not distracting. It looks so good.
Morgan, this was one of those games that I know it's another loss for 12 and 34, blah, blah, blah. But like moments of it felt good. And then really, if we're going to go in order, the start of this game, the Kings had Sabonis back, but they brought him off the bench again. They started the same group they've been going with, right? With Russell Westbrook, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Precious Achiuwa, and Maxime Reynaud.
Uh-huh.
The first few minutes of the game, the Kings were getting absolutely clapped. Could not guard anybody. No ball movement. It was hideous. They get down 16-2. 16-2. And you're watching this going, okay, well, how many people probably turned off the TV at that moment? If they were into the game, they're like, okay, I'm watching something else. Well, then Doug Christie calls a timeout, and this was early in the game, 8:32 to go, coming back out of the break. A whole new starting five is in there.
Yeah.
Dennis Schroeder, Malik Monk, Neek Clifford, Sabonis, and Dylan Cardwell. And let me tell you, this group did everything you could possibly want.
Absolutely.
All of a sudden, they're getting stops, they're moving the ball, and by the end of the first quarter, the game was tied at 35.
It was everything that you wanted to see with the starting group. You know, it was playing defense, playing with effort, boxing out, putting a body on somebody, pushing the pace, passing the ball. No, that's right. I just said that. Passing the ball. Like, that is what you wanted to see. And the second unit brought that as soon as they stepped on the floor. And yeah, I wasn't expecting them to get back into the game that quick, because what an embarrassment for the Cavs. Like, they should be very disappointed in themselves for that stretch, for that run. But the Kings, that second unit was determined and were playing basketball the right way.
We got to the end of the first quarter. The score was tied at 35, like I mentioned. Sacramento did not have a turnover in the first quarter. The bench scored 33 of the 35 points. In fact, the starters in that stretch before they got pulled were 0 for 5 with no rebounds and no assists. The only made points were at the free throw line. That was to start this game. So,
Crazy.
yeah, that bench lineup got them back in the game. And I feel like that was kind of the big theme, is like, I guess let's go back to what went wrong with the starters.
Okay.
And just in general tonight when things went bad. I thought Maxime Reynaud had a really rough game.
He did.
Trying to defend Evan Mobley in the beginning of the game. Max got the star, ended up playing 9 minutes. You know, Sabonis ended up starting the second half. You know, I think there's going to be a lot of lessons learned from a young player's rookie season.
Yeah.
Evan Mobley just overpowered him. It just looked like varsity against the freshman team. And the one thing with Max that we've talked about, and as much as he's developed this year and you see some of the glimpses, you just wonder, just from like the lateral speed, can he keep up with some of these athletic bigs in this league? And tonight, Mobley got the best of him.
And we knew that we would see these matchups or these games with Max at some point. And I feel like we've seen maybe flashes of it too. And we've seen him also start off with games where he wasn't as confident. He was just trying to get everything down, you know? And so when we've seen him play so well for such a long stretch and then finally like meet his maker in someone like Mobley, yeah, it was one of those eye-opening moments of, yes, this is what you need to work on, your physicality, being ready for these types of matchups in this league, the lateral movement, being bigger, all the different things.
Yeah, and I didn't necessarily have a problem with him not getting more run. You know, I think this was where the game was headed at this point tonight. Like, had he come out better, you do wonder if Doug would have gone with the route he's gone previously when he had Reynaud, Cardwell, and Sabonis available. And that's like pretty much split the minutes, 20. But once Max came out and then Sabonis came in, dude, I'll say this. Sabonis looked like a man on a mission tonight. And I don't know what, like, is he extra fired up because he's, you know, been out for so long? You know, he missed the last game with, you know, what was the phrasing?
Was there
return to action or whatever, rest or whatever they call that shit. And then tonight, it was just him coming out with force. And by the way, what do you know? Sabonis thriving in a lineup that has another rim protector with him, and then guards that are pushing the pace with Schroeder and Monk, then Neek Clifford, who's moving without the ball. Like, there's even a one play with Neek, a little two-man action with him and Sabonis. Sabonis, of course, missed a shot at the rim in that situation, but that group together just thrived. And I know people are really down on Domantas Sabonis right now because of this season and what's been going down the last, year and a half. The guy's still a really good player in this league, but he has limitations that we've all known since the Kings acquired him. And the one thing you can't do, in my opinion, is surround him with Not a lot of defense and isolation players or
No.
offensive players who are stagnant or no shooting. That's just a recipe for disaster. And what do you know? In this bench unit, he had playmaking, he had shooting and spacing, and people willing to share the ball.
It complements his style. It complements how he likes to play basketball. And a lot of basketball needs to be like when he's out there on the floor, it benefits a team when it complements him because he can add so much and be so impactful when the right pieces, the right recipe is out there. That's exactly what was out there. And mostly because of how they were playing so fast, but they were getting shit done on the defensive end too. You know, you had Dylan Cardwell, like you said. I know we'll talk more and more about him with how he was protecting the rim. His presence was felt. It just allowed Domas to do so many other things too on the defensive end. And that's what was so fun too, because even then when the ball was going the other way, Domas just looked like the Hulk. Like he just looked unleashed, like ready to go, you know, doing his elbow thing to create a space and not getting called for it and just like going up for a rebound, going here, going there, making passes here. And it was just like, yes, it was beautiful basketball. I love to see it, but you're exactly right. He thrives with that style and with that unit.
And the Kings offense thrived in the first half. They put up 71 points in Cleveland in the first half, and they led at the half. It was 71-68 Sacramento. Now, I will say this at halftime, I'm thinking, okay, a lot's gone right for the Kings.
Yeah.
At the half, they had knocked down, what was it from three? I had it in front of me here, 3-point land. They were 9 for 15 from three in the first half.
Damn.
9 for 15. You're like, all right, 9 for 15, and they had 4 turnovers.
Yep.
And also, Cleveland was getting some tremendous looks from outside. You know, they were walking in the threes in transition, undisciplined defense by Sacramento. And I was like, God, they're just going to run away with this if they have a big quarter here. Well, sure enough, they come out in the third quarter. They're executing at a high level. The Kings end up starting with Sabonis. And I thought Kenny Atkinson did something really clever. And it was like, you know what? You got Sabonis out there with Westbrook, Levine, DeRozan, and Achua. We'll go ahead and play a fucking zone.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and put a little 3-2 zone. And it played right into their hands because the Kings could not execute it. And one of the plays we had talked about that I pointed out right away, Kings have the ball. Westbrook is walking it up. Okay, walking it up. I mean, there's like 15 on the shot clock. Sabonis is down underneath the basket. Sabonis sees what's happening and flashes up to the elbow, calling for the ball. And you know, Sabonis is so used to when he claps his hands, like get him the ball to like get shit going. He gets the ball. Westbrook looks him off. So Sabonis goes up to set him a screen. Because again, you're taking on a zone defense.
Yeah.
Westbrook looks him off and passes the ball. And then it's just passed around the perimeter. No attacking, leading to a bad contested shot at the end of a shot clock.
He passed it to DeMar at the same spot that Domas had flashed.
Eventually.
At the elbow.
Yeah, because he passed it to his right to Levine. It went right back to Rose. Then a tough pass that barely got to DeMar.
Yeah.
That was mind-boggling to me to see that. And then the next possession down, like Sabonis had picked up his fourth. Precious when it was in there, and they were same shit, super slow. And Precious gets picked up for a 3-second violation. But what do you see with the zone? What did you want them to do against that defense?
I wanted them to move the ball. You have to get things shifting. And if you're not moving the ball left to right with a pass, move it, put the ball on the ground, attack the gaps. Like it's in. I feel like I should even, I don't know, elaborate more on that, because I think sometimes we just say things like attack the gaps. Well, what does that mean? What does that really truly mean? Not just the open space. Sometimes you're even attacking a body, so you're collapsing two defenders, so then you can create something else. For example, a good example, a positive example later on in the game, DeMar DeRozan in this same zone attacks a gap. I believe it was Tyson that he kept on him, and Tyson stayed on him, but DeMar kept backing him down, and then the defense came up just a little bit more off of the blocks. Domas right there going from block to block. DeMar sees him, dishes it off to Domas. What DeMar did, and Domas did too. Domas kept moving, but DeMar attacked a gap that was open, and then went into a body. Didn't just get in the gap and go, oh, I got to dribble out now. Someone came up. No, you got to go in with intent, and there just wasn't enough intent with so many groups.
Yeah, I mean, it's find the gaps, and it's also like in those situations, you can go set a slip screen.
Yeah.
Right? Go ahead and, hey, I'm setting the screen and slip to the basket. I mean, that's one of the benefits, too, when you're playing a zone, is like everyone's shifting with the ball. So there's a lot of eyes on the ball.
Yeah.
That's a chance for you to move without the ball because you want the defense to be looking around a little bit, adjusting to you. And there's gonna be opportunities maybe to cut in and get an easy look. And Sacramento did not do that at all. And then defensively, like some of the stuff today on Mitchell was just brutal to watch. And Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley are super fucking talented players, no shit. But those two really didn't have any type of resistance except Mobley, and we'll talk about Cardwell in a bit. But like Donovan Mitchell, some of the looks he was getting, I'm like, Levine's going under on a screen, while defending Mitchell, and Donovan Mitchell, boom, 3-ball, or Westbrook was playing off of him a little bit, and I'm like, these are things that like just can't happen. Like Donovan Mitchell's a really talented player. Like I understand maybe you're trying to find that middle ground because he could explode by you, right? But you can't sag off of him 5 feet. This is a guy who makes a ton of threes. He's made the second most threes in the NBA this year. He averages 30 a game, and you're playing off of him like he's a player that can't shoot.
You got to make him work every possession, right? Like that's even if you're not going to stop him every possession, making him feel you and being like trying to tire him out and disrupt a little bit, and knowing your personnel, just like you said, not being off of someone that can shoot the ball like that, being off of them 5 feet. Too many possessions where we can point these things out where it's just like, what? That's just being locked in.
Yeah.
It's not, I don't even want to question like, oh, their effort, they're not trying. No, but like the effort mentally is about being completely locked in. So you're not lazy on a closeout. So you're just making sure you're denying, doing whatever else you can. I mean, Domas was denying someone toward the end of this game.
Yeah, it was Mobley. He had the steal.
Was that Mobley that he was denying? Yes, at
he
the
had
top
the steal,
of the key.
and he smoked the layup.
Shit happens.
In a really close game.
I know.
It was 118, 116. He would have tied the game at that point if he would have made that layup.
Well, my point is he was in denial, and it was just like, yes, your big is doing this at the top of the key.
And look, I know there's some people listening to this or people watching us live going, God, you guys are spending a lot of time talking about a team that's not very good, and some of the pieces will not be here in 2 weeks. But I'm just looking at this game. This is what we do. We talk about the game, and then we'll hit on some other things too. But yeah, it's just there's mistakes that happen in winnable games. And look, I'm not tripping about wins and losses at this point. I'm locked in on, hey, let's make sure to get a good draft pick. Like I'm over here going, let's go Pelicans! Beat the Grizzlies! I'm watching the Indiana OKC score. I'm like, let's go Pacers! How we doing? Let's go get a win in OKC! And then seeing the Nets, the Nets were up in overtime against Boston. They had the win with 7.9 seconds to go, up 5, and they somehow lost the game in double overtime. I'm locked in. But my point is, we still have to analyze some of the basketball we are seeing.
And not only that, we got a competitive game tonight too from the Kings.
Exactly. It wasn't just a joke.
No.
So the other thing too is like some of the transition defense. I picked out a few plays in the last game against Toronto. We're just like, what are you doing? A lot of transition defense is like, hey, let's stop ball, let's find guys, put a body on someone. Like you can't allow guys to roam free in transition, especially in this league when guys get up and down the floor. But one play in particular tonight, late in the third quarter, just killed me, and it was like felt like the game was starting to get out of hand. Russ going one-on-one, attacking. And it was a bad shot at the rim, like around defenders where they didn't move the ball at all. He missed the shot, goes to the ground, and it took him so long to get up. And then all of a sudden, it's a 5-on-4 situation, open 3-ball, bang, Cavs hit it. And those are the type of plays. To me, it was reminiscent of when Cat didn't get back in time against the Kings, where Mike Brown, I'm like, no, like I know this is hard. You fell to the ground. Like, get up. We gotta get a stop here. And like those are the plays. You have a hard enough time as a team guarding defenses when you're set, let alone in transition when they've got a numbers advantage. Like, you got to get back and make something happen. Anyway, Sacramento in that third quarter was outscored 34-22. At the end of the fourth quarter, they were down 102-93. And you're like, all right, well, that was a fun one. The Kings end up getting down 10 with 10:31 to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I was fascinated by what Doug was doing to start the fourth quarter, because he went small. And it's like, you just can't. Like, you had started with Russ, Monk, Schroeder, Levine, and Sabonis. And this was a time where the Cavs had bigs out there.
Yeah.
I think I think Allen was out there. Tomlin was out there. Nance was out there. And one other big, I think, was out there. Like,
Mobley wasn't out there, though?
Maybe.
Start?
I'm not for sure.
Okay,
My point is they had like 3 to 4 guys who are 6'8" or bigger, and they were just getting crushed. And then it was Russ, Monk, Schroeder, Cardwell, and Sabonis. That was the switch up here.
Yeah.
So at the 10:31 mark, down 10, he puts Dylan Cardwell in the game. The Sacramento Kings are not in this game in the fourth quarter if it's not for Dylan Cardwell's presence. Explain why he was so impactful down the stretch of this ball game, Morgan.
Dude, it's crazy to be talking about this with a 12-win team with an undrafted player that it's not like this like cute, fun energy shift that we've just seen. You're seeing him do shit in NBA games that, one, wasn't expected out of him, but two, in a game like this, is playing big minutes because he is altering things. And where he was truly altering things was obviously on the defensive end. Trying to do anything he could on Evan Mobley all game long, but then anyone else that would come in there, he would disrupt, alter, whatever. Meet them at the rim. He's like, all right, and he has fun with it. But then on the offensive end is where I was even somewhat impressed, because instead of just looking scared when he got the basketball and, oh shit, what do I do with it? He would take like this momentum dribble, pass it out, or a momentum one dribble and look for the open person. It somehow like gave him a different type of confidence with the basketball. I know toward the end too, he got the ball late, shot clock, popped it up, had a little floater.
That was the one that gave him the lead. They take the lead 114-113 with 4 minutes to play in this game.
So it's just like overall, like having another big in there and having someone that can help Domantas Sabonis, I guess, like protect the rim and do so much. Yeah, it was, truly impactful is the word that we keep using because it changed the game for the Sacramento Kings.
And then he took Russ out, and down the stretch of this game, it was Schroeder, Malik Monk, DeMar DeRozan, Sabonis, and Cardwell. And that group was a lot of fun.
I liked that group.
And I like the balance with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not perfect, but at least with Dennis and Malik, that pace is going to be pushed. There's playmaking. They want to move the ball. And then Dennis has great energy. He had a really good game. The Kings bench had 73 bench points. Schroeder had 21. But they're going to push the pace. And then DeMar's got the ability to draw a double team. Sabonis, obviously, with his great size. And then you had Cardwell, who you were just talking about. I thought his defense on Evan Mobley, he was the only guy on the floor tonight that could attempt to slow down Evan Mobley.
Yeah.
And it's because he's got great strength. But it's the stuff we keep talking about. It's his verticality. It's his rim protection. He makes life tough. He does such a great job of contesting shots. And what made it even more impressive tonight, he picked up like 3 fouls in the first quarter, right?
Yeah. It was quick. Yes.
And he did not foul out of this game.
Yeah. It was, think about that. He was playing in that foul trouble. And yes, we can all sit here and be like, oh, one of his flaws is being in foul trouble. And like,
it is,
he needs to be more disciplined. Sure. Like the refs are going to call these rookie calls too, but we also see the fouls that he is committing. That has to evolve and get better. And I believe it will. But one of my other favorite things too is whenever he would stop Evan Mobley on like a possession, Mobley would come down the next play and be like, oh, hell no. And like try and get his own and be like, no, I need to show myself. I need to show my teammates. I need to show what's up. I'm going to make this basket. You're a rookie. But there were so many times that you're exactly right. Dylan Cardwell was the only one that could like show him something different.
Over the last week or so, the stuff he is doing defensively around the basket has just been phenomenal. I hit a block on Donovan Mitchell tonight where Mitchell thought he had the step, blocked the shot. He ends up in this game coming off the bench for Sacramento. He finishes with 8 points. He had 3 rebounds. He also had 2 steals and 2 blocks, 4 of 4 shooting.
2 blocks? I thought he had 4 blocks. That's what they said on our...
Not according to my box score, unless they updated. What's
me
it say on
see.
here?
No, it still says 2 blocks.
Yeah, I mean...
Our post-game show, people put 4, and I was like, oh. I got excited.
Well, I mean, 2 blocks is great. I wasn't trying to minimize
Damn it,
it.
I thought it was 4.
I mean, he's also doing a great job contesting shots. You also don't get credit for that.
Yeah.
You know, on the standard box score. I want to look up the defensive matchups, though, actually. Let's see. Defender. I'm going to select, what's his name? Dylan Cardwell.
Like this.
Dylan Cardwell. He was matched up with Mobley. Let's see here. See, this isn't right.
I didn't even know this was a setting on. Deuce is looking up. Yeah, cool. Might as well show everyone.
Dylan Cardwell on defense, when he's defending Mobley tonight, Mobley was 3 of 9.
Ooh.
And 0 of 2.
No
from downtown.
way.
How about that? He went head to head with Mobley for 2 minutes and 41 seconds tonight. Mobley had 6 points on 3 of 9 shooting.
Impressive. No, and it wasn't just like, oh yeah, Evan Mobley was just missing those shots. It's like, no, go back and watch those shots. It was altered because of Dylan Cardwell. And it felt like if he wasn't in there, Mobley could pretty much get what he wanted, however he wanted near the basket.
So after Cardwell got the Kings the lead 114 to 113, the Kings then missed their next 8 field goal attempts. They finished the game 1 of 9 down the stretch. DeRozan had a late shot. And they end up losing 123 to 118. I'll say this, even the shots they missed late, I'm like, they got great looks. I mean, one, Sabonis smokes that layup. Monk got a open
Steal.
3 after a steal. Schroeder had a wide open 3. And it was some of the stuff they were creating was off great ball movement. And that's where I don't have as much of a problem. It's like, I can live with missed shots if it's fluid. If the ball is moving, you're playing the right way. It's when you go ISO or the ball's not moving, it's grenades, it's awful. Can't stomach it, or it's sloppy. I don't think that was the case tonight. The better team just executed down the stretch. They got the win. So
that's pretty much it.
I think I leave tonight going, Sabonis was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Cardwell had some great moments, and he's doing this time and time again. That's why I wanted to mention before I got to those numbers.
Yeah.
It was tonight against Evan Mobley. It was earlier this week or last week, Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah.
Shaden Sharp on drives to the basket. I'm fired up about him.
No, and you can be encouraged. You know, like I think something that I think is very important to do when you are watching a bad basketball team. Over the years, you've seen it. There's been Kings players that are like long and can shoot the ball or something, and it's just like, oh shit, like they have a few good games and you get excited. I think why it's easier to get excited about Dylan Cardwell is because he's not expected to do much except his role, and he's doing his role at the perfect amount of level of where he is at in the NBA right now as an undrafted rookie. And I think that's where we get excited. It's not about getting excited like, oh, he's the next big thing. This is where you got to go. You got to build around him, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
I'll give you an example. Earlier this year, when Maxime Reynaud was in a game against the Houston Rockets, he scored a ton of points late in the game. It was just a really weird, mucked up ending. And at the box score at the end of the night, it was like, wow, he had a monster game. It wasn't really a monster game. It's not taking anything away from him, but, you know, people get excited when they see those numbers. Oh, like 18 points or 20 points.
Great
and you get all
example.
fired up. But if you watch it, you're like, it wasn't great. The Kings got blown out, and a lot of it was crazy shots at the end in that game that was already decided. Cardwell's stuff is different. This is not like, oh, man, this guy's on a heater. We're talking about
He's doing the dirty
him
work.
doing those things that you addressed. Like, defending Evan Mobley one-on-one, that's not a hot streak. That's being able to, like, move. That's being able to take the body blows, absorb
Strength.
contact, Be disciplined. Don't foul when you're in foul trouble. Contest shots. Don't go for pump fakes. That's not like that's a skill. That's something that is not fluky, is my point. And so you're right. We're not proclaiming him as some star.
No.
But when you have an undrafted two-way guy that is impacting the game in ways that a Sacramento big has not impacted
consistently,
you're like, oh, okay, there's something there. And that's what it's about. That's what we talked about earlier this year is like, can you get to the end of the year and you go, hey, this guy's kind of fun. This is interesting. And I think most people are looking at Dylan Cardwell going, I'm excited to see more. And you know what? Maybe this guy ends up off of his two-way deal at some point and signs a guaranteed deal.
Yeah. And it's a cool story altogether as well. And he brings everything that we've talked about, like, Kings fans just want the guy that's going to dive on the ground for a loose basketball. It's going to get a block. It's going to do the dirty work. And oh my God, has he done that and more? And especially on the home floor, being able to be a little flashy with it, with all his celebrations.
We got more of the podcast coming up in just a second. Do want to mention that tonight's podcast presented by friends over at Sentivo Vineyards and Winery.
Some of the best of the best. And if you haven't tried it, make sure to go to sentivovineyards.com. You can get all their bottles there, or you can see on the screen the beautiful tasting room. It's in Sassoon Valley. It's absolutely stunning. I will be driving to San Francisco and I just go and pick up bottles because one, I want to see how beautiful it is. But and no, it's just such a great energy. It's a beautiful place. But if you can't make it there, just go to sentivovineyards.com, get the bottles there. Thank me later.
And they're Kings fans.
Oh, they're the best family.
Also presented by our friends over at
Medic Ambulance. Woo, woo. We've teamed up with Medic Ambulance, the trusted name in emergency medical services across Northern California. From life-saving responses to being the team behind the scenes at your favorite events, Medic is here to serve. Learn more at medicambulance.net.
Appreciate their support of the podcast. Who would be your Butcher and Barrel player of the game tonight?
Oh, probably Sabonis.
That's who I went with.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Domantas Sabonis tonight, 24 points, 16 rebounds, 6 assists on 9 of 14 shooting. I'm sorry. What's that say, Jebediah?
No.
One smoked layup late.
Why would Jeb
He put that in small font, but like,
What a dick.
dude, what are you doing?
He still put it up there. That's not a stat. You
Dude.
can't do that.
He's a Butcher and Barrel player of the game. You don't pile on by putting one smoked layup late.
Why? I mean, like, we're already down.
Dude, come on,
They're
man.
a 12-win team. That's actually really messed up.
Sabonis was great tonight.
But he was, and that's why he's our Butcher and Barrel player of the game. Make sure to head to Butcher and Barrel. It's right across the street from Golden One Center. It's elevated dining. It's absolutely delicious. You can go there before Sacramento Kings games, and they have a $38 deal for a Wagyu burger, a shot, and a beer, or just go any day of the week, and it's like you won't regret it. They have happy hour menus. They have a new fall menu. Delicious. Go check them out.
Yes, check them out. Just a block away from Golden One Center. All right, Morgan.
Yeah.
Speaking of Sabonis,
Ooh.
there's been some trade rumors today as we inch closer to the deadline. DMZ. Sam Amick, our buddy from The Athletic, had a couple of Kings notes. We'll start with Keon Ellis first.
Can I do one thing?
Sure.
I think we're done.
Why?
I think you had fun.
Well, you put it in my hair.
I
I was kind of getting used to it.
I was kind of
vibing with
I
it.
was just like, we're going to talk about stuff. Let's just.
Morgan, I just wore it talking about how the Kings were struggling with a 3-2 zone and breaking down Dylan Cardwell.
Trade rumors are a little bit more serious, all right?
So stupid. DMZ. This first one regarding Keon Ellis, Sam Amick writes, league and team sources say the Kings continue to draw serious interest in veteran guard Keon Ellis, with approximately 10 teams in pursuit of the 26-year-old. A deal is almost certain to go down before the February 5th deadline, if not much sooner. Goes on to write, the strange part of it all, despite Ellis's 3-and-D skill set being so coveted, Kings coach Doug Christie opted against playing Ellis in the past 2 games, now 3. The Kings are seeking a late first-round pick in the deal, those sources said.
10, huh? 10 teams. That's a lot of the league.
Literally a third of the league. There's 30 NBA teams. Approximately 10 teams are interested in Keon Ellis. My instant reaction when I heard that was, wow, if there are 10 teams who want your player, then maybe he's the type of guy that you, I don't know, should keep. That was my first reaction.
Okay.
I understand where things stand with Keon Ellis, right? They could have tried to sign him to an extension before the season. They made some other moves, put it on the back burner.
Yeah.
Now you're to the point where he could be an unrestricted free agent. If you don't trade him at the deadline, then you can offer him an extension on February 9th. That doesn't seem like the case. I'm sure Keon would love to just be an unrestricted free agent now. And if you're Sacramento, you can't let Keon Ellis walk for nothing. If you're like, hey, we don't really feel like Keon Ellis is a guy we want to keep here long term because we're at a different point. He's 26 years old. Like, we're entering a time where he's more impactful on a winning team than he would be on this rebuilding lottery team. We don't want to commit that money to him.
Yeah.
We should trade him for a first round pick. But it's also just crazy to think there's 10 teams out there that are coveting this guy. And you know why?
It makes sense. We know why. I mean, he fits the modern day NBA, can play on both sides of the ball. You know, I think a lot of people want to always talk about his flaws and what he can't do. But when you think about a team and filling out the depth of a team, he's perfect for what you need in the NBA. Now, if you don't have a team in the roster that you need and you're asking him to be in a role that doesn't make sense for him, of course, that it's going to be more difficult. But I feel like there are so many teams around this league that could benefit from a player like Keon Ellis, which is why 10 teams approximately are in pursuit for this man.
And I'm guessing all those teams are teams who are trying to compete. They're probably playoff teams where he would fit right in. And that's what makes him such a coveted player, is the fact that this guy doesn't have an ego. He's a great guy. One.
Amazing human.
He is low maintenance. He is a coach's dream because what role do you need him to play?
Yeah.
Go out there, create some havoc, deflection, steals, and catch and shoot from three. Hey, make a play, attack a closeout. He's not a star, but he's a star in his role. And that's what I think could help a lot of teams. If you watched any of the playoffs last year or deep into the finals, how many times did you see a player on Indiana or OKC? They didn't have to have 20 points to impact the game. Obi Toppin helped the Pacers a lot during the playoff run, right?
Yeah.
Cason Wallace helped OKC a lot, right? These players matter more than ever in today's game. And if you're trying to win a championship, they could be kind of those missing pieces. If you look at the box score at the end of the game, he may only have 8 points, but 3 steals, a few deflections, and that could end up being the difference in a ball game.
And you put a team, a roster that has other defenders around him.
Yes.
Like, think about what they can accomplish together when he's always out there getting his hands on the ball, being in a passing lane, getting a deflection, but then could have the second line of defense trust behind him if he does get up on someone too much and they blow by him. Like, we've seen his mistakes, we've seen his flaws, but there's so many things that he can excel in if he just had this is a team sport. If he had the other pieces surrounding him or helping him so he can gamble, so he can do other things.
And that would also help elevate his game, obviously, right? Because there are going to be matchups that are not great for him.
No.
Right? There's going to be some challenging matchups. And, you know, he's not a guy that you're like, oh my God, he could defend every single position. He's got some versatility. I know some Kings fans have mentioned this year, he gambles a lot. I don't know. He's getting cooked off ball. I'm like, you know, or he's getting blown by. And I'm like, whoa, okay. That's where you have a team defense to have your back. Like, you want to be able to take chances as a defensive player, especially someone like him who has a knack for getting his hand on the basketball. So, I'll be happy for Keon because Keon's a great guy. I wish he would just stay here. He's the type of player I want on my favorite basketball team because he's good. He's just a good player and he's going to help someone. But if you can't sign him and that looks like that's going to be the case, you're not going to sign him, then you do trade him.
Absolutely. You got to make sure while you have value that has been developed here in Sacramento, you figure it out and you find something for him.
And he was an undrafted guy that was a two-way guy that turned into something for you.
Mm-hmm.
The funny thing is, if you get a late first-round pick, are you going to get someone that's as good as Keon Ellis? Now, to be fair, you could also use that pick to trade it somewhere. An asset. I'm just saying, like, okay, Keon Ellis is the type of player you would think you could get with a late first-round pick.
Sure. But maybe, I mean, this front office feels like we want our guy. We want what we want. And what we want isn't that, and it's someone taller and longer or bigger. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And you who was it who we talked to? Was it Anthony Slater who was talking to us about him and how, hey, the analytics guys love him.
Yeah.
The analytics guys love him, but it seems like the coaches don't have the same feeling toward him.
Yep.
And he's basing that on, like, Mike Brown didn't always love playing him.
No.
And Doug Christie at this point doesn't love playing him for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
all right, next up on DMZ. Big man Domantas Sabonis is still worth monitoring. Jesus Christ. Big man Domantas Sabonis is still worth monitoring, according to Sam Amick in the weeks ahead. He writes, when Toronto rolled through town on Wednesday, it wasn't all that hard to imagine him putting on a Raptors jersey sometime soon.
Oh.
That's an interesting line.
It-
Sit with that. Why is it not hard to imagine? Just because they've had interest in the past? Maybe there's a little more smoke here.
Well, maybe because they were in Sacramento and he's just like, they're guarding each other. And he's like, they became one.
Wow, he did not play in that game.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
While Washington, Phoenix, and Chicago are known to have had some interest in Sabonis, league sources confirmed reports that Toronto is a legitimate possibility as we approach the deadline, according to The Athletic. Amick goes on the right. It's worth noting that the Raptors' R.J. Barrett, who is owed $27 million this season and $29.6 million next season, was drafted number 3 overall out of Duke by current Kings GM Scott Perry in 2019, when Perry held the same position with the Knicks. The two old friends shared a warm hug and extended conversation before the game at Golden One Center. I did witness that moment, and let me tell you, R.J. Barrett was beyond excited to see Scott Perry.
That's cute.
That doesn't mean a trade's happening. I'm just saying, like, there was genuine, like, he went up and hugged, and they were laughing and talking for 5 minutes or so.
Very sweet.
The Raptors and Sabonis, and then there was also that clip of Sabonis talking to Darko after the game.
Yeah. Okay.
So
wouldn't be hard to imagine him in a Raptors uniform.
They've been tied to him for a while now.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about this a couple weeks ago when we were looking at Pirtle's contract. We were looking at Quickly's.
Yeah.
And then we were both like, oh, hell no.
I like RJ Barrett. I take that.
Same.
Here's my fear with the RJ Barrett deal.
Do tell.
You mentioned the 2 years left.
Mm-hmm.
The Kings cannot be in a situation where they go, 2 years left. Let's go ahead and let's just extend him now.
No need.
And I understand the relationship, and you drafted him. If I'm the Kings, I'm like, no, let's go into this with an open mind. Like, he can be a guy here next year, and we'll just kind of see what it looks like. I would not be rushing into an extension. Good age. He's put up some good numbers. He could score the basketball. He's a good, underrated playmaker as well.
Health would be your other concern, or I guess, or like criticism.
He came back tonight for them. How many games last year?
Last year, 58. Year before, 32. Year before that.
No.
What?
It's 58. Year before that.
Yeah,
that was
sorry.
with the Knicks.
You're right.
The trade 58, 73, 70, 72, 58. Yeah, I mean, you can't dismiss that.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, you know this for the Sacramento Kings, especially for the Sacramento Kings. It's like when you're missing one player that means so much to the identity over the years,
Right.
like it just screws with everything, and availability is the best ability. And so it's like, unless you have a good enough roster to deal with this, but that doesn't sound fun to even think about.
Yeah, but I think they're going to be bad next year too.
Okay.
So that's how I look at it. But If you're gonna move off Sabonis is money, you're gonna have to take back RJ and other things. You know, you got to get a pick from Toronto too. That's the other thing. Sabonis is a really talented player, and I'm more than aware of his shortcomings. We've talked about him so many times since the moment he got here. We were talking about this earlier today.
Yeah.
It's funny how emotions can alter how you view things, right? In a moment, whether it's being down on something or excited. But think about peak 22-23, the Beam team.
Yeah.
When the Kings are like, oh my God, they're one of the best teams in the Western Conference and we're loving life. We're like, dude, Sabonis, build a statue. Amazing. How far can this team go? And I think this team could have gone further had they made the right moves. But the first initial thing we said on our podcast when they traded for Sabonis was, what is the ceiling of the Fox Sabonis group? I said, what's the best case? First round?
That is
Second
what you said.
round?
You were the one that was.
It just felt
very
like the
confident about
ceiling
that.
wasn't super high on it. And that ended up being the case.
Yeah.
Now, in all fairness, I do think they could have gone further had they made the right moves. What would that peak have been? I don't know. Second round series competitive. Maybe you somehow
don't
get to a
know
conference
unless you
finals.
did
But
it,
yeah, they didn't make the right moves. So anyway, my point being is I've been a big Sabonis fan. I just know that he still has more to give. And I think in the right situation, like Toronto's interesting because I don't feel like they have enough shooting, but they do have Scotty Barnes and Brandon Ingram, a good length around.
They have a good
They play with pace and they want to share the basketball. And that is something that I think he could thrive in.
Dude, the pace that we saw even the other night, you know, and the way that they outlet the ball. Someone sprinting a lane, like he's chucking that ball down. You could see that fit perfectly with Toronto. And if you're Toronto and you're watching tonight's game, you're going, holy shit, I want that guy. Like did you see the way that they came out and he didn't start, but not because of minutes restriction, but because of like load management, whatever it is on the knee.
He ends up playing almost 33 minutes in this game tonight.
So the most since he's been back.
I'm sorry, I misread that. That's my bad. That was Monk. He plays almost 31. So yeah, that is by far the most since he's been back, because he was playing like 19, 20, 17. Yep. So I guess that's out the window. I'm guessing he'll just start going forward.
Yeah, I'm sure. But he'll start going forward. I mean, we're less than a week away from the trade dead. Wait, no, what day is it? Do I still have? I have my weeks on. So we have like a week and a half.
It's 2 weeks? It's less than 2 weeks.
Thank you.
13 days away.
Who am I? My point to this being is, if they went in this direction, if you're the Raptors, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer, especially if Keon was part of the deal in any way, shape, or form. Like, then the Kings would need to have a pick come back.
Oh, easily. And one update, because so many people think a lot of this trade stuff is being held up a little bit around the league because of Giannis. What we just learned tonight, he told the media post-game that he has a right calf strain. He's expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks. An MRI on Saturday. Shams Charania just posted that. So Giannis out at least 4 to 6 weeks for the Bucks.
Whoa.
Which you think about them being as one of the teams interested in, like Levine. I mean, you're going to be buried. If he's out 4 to 6 weeks, what's the point? Unless you're thinking about next year. But this just feels like we know where it's headed. A divorce.
So you think a divorce, not by the trade deadline, but maybe in the offseason?
Could be by the deadline. Could be next year.
Wow. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks for him. That sucks with the deadline around the corner. I think someone with Giannis's resume and who he is doesn't alter if teams that are looking to trade for him, they're going, I'll take him.
Oh yeah. I don't think that,
healthy, unhealthy, whatever.
No.
But yeah, for the Bucks and just that relationship, it seems the timing is just really shitty.
Yeah, because the Bucks tonight lost in Denver by 2.
Damn.
Or at home to Denver by 2, 102-100. With the loss, they're 18-26. they're right in the play-in mix. They're like 2.5 out, a lot of time left. But man, I mean, what's that look like a month from now? 6 weeks from now?
That's a tough spot to be in. I mean, I don't feel bad for anyone. We're around the Sacramento Kings. Like, no, I don't feel bad for anyone.
Wow, this whole thing is really
Talking about
crazy.
teams.
And things can change
humans.
fast. Can change really fast. So
Yeah.
Giannis out 4 to 6 weeks. Yeah, we'll see what happens with the Sabonis thing. But seems like there's a lot of Toronto noise. The last thing that Sam Amick wrote.
Yeah.
As for DeMar DeRozan, while he's been cited as a possible replacement in the wake of the Warriors losing Jimmy Butler for the season, a Kings source indicated the Warriors have shown no interest in DeRozan.
Okay. And that was something we had talked about that, that could make sense for them. But if they've shown no interest, I mean, I don't think the Warriors want to do anything with the Sacramento Kings. That's what it's starting to feel like. If they're the only ones with interest for Jonathan Kuminga as well.
Who got hurt last night? We don't even know how long he's going to be out.
I know.
Dude. That's it. So the two guys who could be moved or been in the trade sphere for what? Months now.
Months.
Giannis and Kuminga go down. Now, I don't think that would alter teams trading for them, obviously, even with Kuminga. You know, if you're Sacramento, it's like you're not necessarily getting Kuminga for this year. By the time you get him at the deadline, how many games are left? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like 30-something games left. If he was missing extended time, it's like, all right, maybe he'll play the last 20 games or maybe only the last 15. He'll be out the last bit of it because we're thinking about lottery position. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it would be a nice place to be in. But there has to be movement coming up on February 5th. There has to be. I can't imagine these, like a Warriors team, like, yeah, no, we're good. We're good. We have Steph Curry on his last couple of years, but we're good. There's no way.
And Sam also wrote that they still have interest in Trey Murphy, but I don't know. Yeah, I can't imagine the Warriors are just gonna be like, dude, we're good with what we have.
That's what I'm saying.
No, there's gonna be something that goes down, and it could go down today,
Yeah.
tomorrow, or the next day. We'll find out together. What would be your moment of tonight's game? By the way, we haven't done our J Street Dental moment of the game.
Well, it would have been the Sabonis steal and layup, but he
to tie the
smoked
game,
it.
dude.
But he smoked it.
What about Dennis Schroeder elbowing the lady
Oh, God.
in the head while he was going crashing for a ball that went out of bounds?
I didn't realize he elbowed her on the head. Oh, my God. I'd be concussed.
She might have been, dude. Obviously, it was on accident. He didn't mean to. I should make that clear.
Obviously.
Well, I know, but I was like, he elbowed this
No.
woman.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was bad. Definitely not the moment of the game. But I was kind of thinking, God, every moment that I have, it's like, oh, the Monks steal at the end, missed 3. So let's see. Is there something that actually, you know what? Dylan Cardwell just meeting Mobley at the rim. Like anytime that happened, it was, even if it wasn't a block, it was still like oh shit.
I think noting that he was 3 for 9 with 6 points against Cardwell
Love
is
it.
worth it, because this guy tonight finished with 29 points, 13 rebounds, and 8 assists. He was 13 of 14 in this, or 13 of 24 in this game. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, so good. Oh, I mean, he was fun to watch. Donovan Mitchell was fun to watch too.
Mitchell had 33 points, 11 of 25 shooting.
J Street Dental, enriching lives and enhancing smiles. Head to jstreetdentalgroup.com. You can also check out their sister office, Sacramento River Dental, all run by amazing, sweet humans, mostly all Kings fans. So go get a cavity done and talk some Kings, would ya?
Or just take care of your teeth, like I always say. I don't know why you always have to act like...
I'm going next week and the week after.
Oh, congratulations to
No,
you.
I think one's a cavity and one's like a cap or something. I don't know. You guys, I don't know. Just
All right,
wish me luck.
We pull out an old moment today because they lost. We go to October 29th, 2023.
Whoa, where'd that come
My
from?
God. It was the third game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And it was either against the Lakers or the Clippers. I can't tell. Does it say LAL or LAC?
LAL.
October
Jesus. Yeah, LAL.
29th.
Oh my God. Keegan. Oh, sorry.
Let's see here.
Hurry up.
It was against the Lakers. It was 132. Why wouldn't I put the score of the game on there? Are you kidding me? It was an overtime game. How did I not put this on the
Because that was like
132, 127 in OT? This is when we first started doing this.
yeah.
De'Aaron returned from an ankle, scored with 37 points. He had 13 in the fourth quarter, and I wrote down Keegan, fuck you.
Did Keegan say that to Mike
He
Brown?
flipped off Mike Brown, right?
Oh,
Or he
okay.
said fuck you to Mike Brown in that game.
Yeah, but it
Remember
was
that?
like a joking.
There's probably a little truth to it too,
Yeah,
but
probably.
yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, De'Aaron Fox had 37 in that game. Malik Monk had 22 off the bench. Sasha Vezenkov, 11 points on 4 of 10. Dude, we were so juiced about when they signed Sasha. I was.
I mean, how could you not be though? Like what he showed.
Well, they recruited him for like a year. They're going there, and you're like, dude, this guy must be a big deal.
But not only that, like you saw what he did
Yeah.
in EuroLeague. You know, it's like, how could you not feel that way? How could you not?
Keegan in the game had 17 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists.
Okay, no.
God,
Okay.
I miss Keegan.
Me too.
You know, I want to see Keegan play with Cardwell. Imagine those guys defending out there.
That would be fun.
You know?
That I can't wait for. When would that be? In like a couple weeks, maybe?
Who knows? Maybe not this year.
Damn. Well, damn, but also good.
We all hope so. Let's get to some final thoughts.
Oh my goodness. Final thoughts. What a crazy stretch of games. Deuce and I were calling a Stockton Kings game tomorrow, and then we head back to San Francisco for the Kings Pistons early morning
Hopefully
on
they
Sunday.
hopefully they play that game. I don't know.
I know. Yeah.
We got a note today. Oh my goodness. This was from a little bit ago. This is from G-Man. His
Whoa.
first tweet came about 8:49, a couple hours ago. Tough night in Cleveland, getting tougher. Aircraft troubles have travel parties still at the arena. Coordinators are scrambling for options. Then an update 30 minutes ago, 1:10 a.m., leaving arena for airport. Thank goodness it's not a back-to-back. Well, yeah, to your point, it's an early start against the Pistons. It's a noon Pacific time start, 11:30 with our pregame.
So they're going to get into Detroit probably.
It's an
in the-
easy flight.
Okay.
But I don't know. The weather's really bad at this point. So
Yeah, just safe travels to them. But yeah, it's a crazy stretch for so many people. Crazy stretch of basketball. It's fun. I'm excited. Win or lose, like it's just I never want to become jaded to like how cool and awesome this job of talking basketball 24/7 is. Even if it's like hasn't been fun basketball. That's why I think tonight when you saw Deuce and I, there's nothing to like gas up for the Kings right now. It's just, hey, when you see a competitive game that like you are going to watch because you're a fan or you're a media member, you're getting paid, whatever. It's like that's 2 hours of hoops that you want to make sure you're enjoying, and it was enjoyable tonight.
that's well said.
Thanks.
We appreciate you guys so much. We love you guys, but we got to go.
You all have a wonderful rest of your night. See ya.
Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know. Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. The podcast that you know. Deuce and Mo.